Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Up here in the upper garden, it is Wednesday, the 11th of October, and the moon is in Virgo. The Virgo moon is a moon that likes to roll up its sleeves, get the job done. It's a very analytical moon. It likes detail work. And when the moon's in Virgo, for myself, it's one of my favorite times to organize or clean the house. So that means once a month, I get into that. There is a trine of the moon to Jupiter today, and so that will boost us, boost our energy, maybe even boost the breadth or the scope of our work today. And I think it's a good day to work on the things that are important to the more efficient run of your life, state of your life, right? So there's been a lot of things happening in the outer world, a lot of very upsetting things. It's difficult to turn on the television or turn on your computer or not pay attention to your feed when, just another horrible thing is going on in the world. And we can get caught up in that. We can get worried. We can think that there's no way out of this situation. And sometimes just sitting with your own stuff, organizing your own life, and taking care of yourself is the only way to bring yourself out of a sense of what's the use. There can be a sense of futility out there, but rest assured that that is not the case. There's always something we can do. I know myself, and this may just be a personal thing, but I'm sure many of you have experienced this as well. When you can find something to focus on, when you can find something that brings a sense of order in this very disordered world, even if it's as simple as cleaning out a closet, you feel better, you feel freer, you feel like progress is made. And so progress today is going to be small and go in stages, but progress will be made. And that's true of any situation in the world, no matter how big it seems. So we do have the trees are starting to turn. This birch tree, a couple of the leaves. So fall is definitely here. We did have that early morning opposition between Chiron and the sun, and we've had full view of the woundedness of bullying and masculinity, the wounded masculine, in the realm of bombs being dropped, people being hurt, kidnappings, all of that, right? We see that. But there is a point where we need to realize, and I've said this yesterday, and I'm preaching to the choir, I'm sure, that the way forward, we can't fight our way to peace. And so we're going to have to sit down and talk to each other, no matter how abhorrent the other person may seem to us and how unaligned they may be with our values. There is always a common ground, and I think it starts with the very simple things of what people want to have in their lives. So we have quite a few apples on the ground here. This is the Granny Smith tree. I don't think there's an apple left or even a leaf left. I tell you, the apple trees this year gave it their all. They gave us all the apples, and now they barely have. I'm going to have to walk very slowly down this hill because it's full of apples on the ground, which can be dangerous. So my mower, the battery for some reason wouldn't charge, and that's why this part of the yard hasn't been mowed in quite a while, but it's very interesting. It has a beauty all its own. I mean, I would prefer to get a mower in here, but I have to get a new battery or a new charger or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's become like a wildflower field, which is cool as well, right? All right, guys. Well, that's what's going on. So take the time today. Attend to something, a detail that maybe you've put aside, waiting for the right time. I think today might be the right time. Yeah. Okay. Take care of yourselves, everyone. It's just the energy is very intense this week. Today could be a little bit of a port in a storm, surrounded by lots of storms. So take advantage of that. If you haven't seen, I put out a new in the news segment on Cassidy Hutchinson. Pretty interesting. We don't have a birth time, but we finally have a birth date, and we can look at her chart anyway, just to see the overall themes of somebody born in 1996. She is part of this sort of new breed coming in. She has a Pluto in Sag, and so she's the next generation to the AOC generation who has Pluto in Scorpio. But we can see that these women, in this case, do have a sense of duty to the greater whole, and that's a good thing to see. That's exactly the kind of energy we need to move forward. I also did a 1010 portal reading. I looked at the numerology, I looked at the astrology, I looked at the chart of Israel and the chart of the bombing by Hamas, because of the significant connections that are in the chart. And of course, it is a focus of our attention right now. So it has something to reveal to us. And then I did a card reading using the Thoth deck. I time-stamped it, so if you just want to see the reading and you're not as interested in the astrology, but it was a pretty powerful read, and I think you might like it. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Namaste.